Hey guys, this is Mo for Phone Fight, and this is part 2 of my review of the HTC HD7. In this part I'm going to cover the pre-installed apps from T-Mobile, also the things that you want to know, the phone app, the messaging app, and a few other features that you're going to use every day. Let's get right into it. Let's go to the phone app right here. The first thing that you're always going to see when you go into the phone app is the call history. Right here on the bottom we have a voicemail button. Sorry, I hit that capacitive button. It's kind of hard to see. We have the voicemail key, the keyboard button which pops up the phone dialer. Just go back, and your phone book. Your phone book, when you press on this third button right here, is going to take you to your People app. So when you go into the People app, it shows you a list of contacts right over there. Press the little 3 dots, call settings, and you see right here it's gonna, when you press these little 3 dots right here, it's going to show your what these icons mean. It's going to show with words: voicemail, keypad, people, call settings. We go into here, shows you your phone number, also shows what's going on. It's showing radios are off, international assist on, your voicemail number. Let's go back. The buttons are real big, so real easy to dial. You want to delete a number, go back right over here. It does not have search by the keypad, so if you didn't want to find a contact, you're going to have to go into the phone book. Speaking of the phone book, let's get into that. Right here on a live tile on the main page, it's going to show your people, and it's going to show them flickering. Any pictures that you have flickers. You go through, this is your basic list of contacts. It syncs them with your Facebook account. It links contacts together. So if you have a picture of a contact on Facebook, it's going to link it to your contact in your phone. Swipe this way, what's new? It shows you updates going on Facebook right now without actually going into the Facebook app. So you click on that, it takes you into what's going on. This right here is going to show your frequent calls right here. So anybody you've been texting, anybody you've been calling, it shows up there. It's not really a call log, it's just who your frequent called numbers and used numbers are. And that takes you back to the what's new, recent, and people, all people. Let's go back into here. Messaging app. This is the number 2 thing that I ask about on a phone. How is the keyboard? Let's find out. This does have threaded view. This up here is going to show your history. So you tap on that, it shows you, this is a message that I got when I first turned on the phone from Windows. You go back. Let's say you want to start a new text message. You hit that plus button on the bottom. Up here on the top it says to. So you can start typing a name. It does search through your phone book. So, and it brings up a list of people in your phone book as you type. So it narrows it down. That's pretty cool. Pretty typical also on phones these days. It does have the plus button right here, and that plus button is going to take you to your All People app. And you could search contacts that way. I did want to mention too, I'm sorry, with the People app, these little blue tiles right there, it takes you into alphabetical order. So right now I don't have anybody with the letter X in my phone book, so it showed that as black. Everything else is showing up as blue. You simply tap on that and it takes you to your letter J. That's pretty neat. It's real quick to get to your contacts. Back to the messaging. Start a new message, and to type a message you simply tap on type a message and you go ahead and start typing. Alright, this is a text of the HTC HD7 keyboard. So far this keyboard is very responsive and quick, and that's true. I absolutely agree with what I just wrote right there. Super quick. I've had iPhones, I've had Android phones. This is among the best keyboards that I've ever tried, virtual keyboards at least. And also I wanted to point out, if you press and hold, brings up a little cursor. So instead of the magnifying glass like the iPhone and Android started to have, you have a cursor, and that cursor looks familiar from your Windows computers. So it's pretty neat. Nice way to edit text. It does go into landscape mode. Thing I like about the HD7 landscape keyboard is the fact that it doesn't take up the whole screen, so it's not too big where it's overwhelming and where you have to reach real far away to type. So let's delete this. I wonder if there's a way to just... No, I don't think so. Alright, this is another test of the keyboard, landscape mode. It's been very accurate with me. A nice thing I want to show you. Alright, there's a word right there. I just typed in any letters. You hit the space button, it leaves it the way it is, right? If you just simply touch the word, it highlights the word for you, and underneath it shows a plus sign next to that word. So you hit that plus button, it just saved it to your dictionary. So next time you start typing a word like that, it's going to recognize it and it's going to replace it for you, which is real nice. I've been seeing that on a lot of newer phones, and I really think that improves the keyboard a whole lot. Alright, let's check out some apps that T-Mobile gives with this phone. They give you the Netflix app. So far, this has probably been my favorite app on this phone, especially with this 4.3-inch screen. You can't go wrong with Netflix. Let's go into it. One thing that I do have to mention, there is no multitasking yet. So the fact that when you start an app, if you exit out of the app right away, it is going to have to reboot the whole app from the beginning. Alright, I'm connected to Wi-Fi once again, like I mentioned before. Those little dots on the top mean that the page is loading. So it depends. If you're on a bad connection, I can imagine those dots are going to get annoying after a while. For me, I don't mind it. I just know the phone is working. And when you first start out, it tells you if you're not a member where to get to. Your typical Windows Phone 7, it's made for Windows Phone 7, so it gives you these little tabs on the top. Slide over genres, television, romance, thrillers. There's a huge selection on this. I've been using it the past few days. I'm very impressed with it. I like it. When I'm using Wi-Fi, I get a crystal clear picture. Instant queue and back home shows you their pretty much their featured movies. That's a big plus on this phone. Slacker radio. I don't know if I signed on or not. It shows you if you want to get started. You know the radio apps on these phones. It basically type in what you like and it searches the internet radio for you. T-Mobile TV, I used to mess with it a little bit more, but lately I haven't been playing around with it too much just because I haven't been getting good connection. Even with Wi-Fi, the connection hasn't been that great. The picture hasn't been that great. So I've kind of been staying away from it. I mean, $10 a month, if you're not getting a great picture, I wouldn't go for it. Go back home. You got this new app, Family Room. This is my first time seeing this app. This app allows you to post messages in this room that only your family could access. So if they have your passcode and username, they could get into that. Let's go into the calendar. Calendar automatically loads in day view. You go to agenda, shows you if you have any appointments for today. Down here at the bottom, it shows your current date. Oops, hit that button again. Shows the current date. Plus button if you want to add a new appointment. Alright, and the month view. Has a nice little, kind of keeps the grid there, just moves the numbers. Pretty neat. Looks nice. Alright, back home. Xbox Live comes on here. Let's go real quick to the Internet Explorer. Good thing that they didn't use Opera or anything. I'm pretty happy with the Internet Explorer. There is one thing that I'll show you right now that's a little bit disappointing. Let's go to ESPN.com. Let it load. I am on Wi-Fi right now. And there's that annoying feature again, is that you can't see your battery life or Wi-Fi. There it is now. And we're still loading. It's usually been a little bit quicker than this. There we go. Okay, that's why it's loading into the desktop page, which on a phone this big, I really don't mind it at all. Very, very fluid pinch to zoom. I have not seen pinch to zoom this smooth on a phone in a long time. Super smooth. I'm not getting any lag at all. Scrolling up and down on the web pages is nice. You have the double tap, goes into column view. Here's the big flaw that I found that I'm sure is going around, and it will be fixed in an update. Down here you have your add to a favorite, your favorites button, and your Windows button. Up here you have your address bar. You turn it to the side, very quick rotation, no address bar, no favorites button. So if you do want to go to a different page, you're going to have to go back into landscape mode, which is annoying. I'm sure they're going to fix that with an update. This is what happens when you start out with the platform from the ground up. You're going to have to go through some growing pains. This has been part 2 of my review of the HTC HD7. Stay tuned for part 3. I'm going to go into the Facebook app, the Twitter app, also into the Zune player, and the videos, how the videos play on this phone. Real awesome. Stay tuned for part 3. It's going to have a few things that you're going to want to know, and it's going to also have my wrap up of what I think about this phone. Stay tuned. This is Mo for Phone Fight.